Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC Bantamweight division, sponsored by First Heritage Mortgage and Joe Dunn Lending. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 132 1/2 pounds. Coming in tonight, making his debut and fighting out of Savannah, Georgia, Nelson Fernandez. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 133 1/2 pounds. Coming in tonight, making his debut and fighting out of Mechanicsville, Virginia, Aaron Thomas. And your referee in charge is Sean Spath.
Sean Spass, third man inside for this bantamweight affair. The pop for Aaron Thomas. David Evans, quite loud.
Ben, I can't even hear you right now. I mean, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go out there and carry that into this performance with him, and that has to be just energizing and motivating, to say the least.
Fernandez in the blue gloves with the black trunks. Aaron Thomas in the red gloves with the red and black, eating a combo there.
Thomas seems to be comfortable just launching those leg kicks up, midsection, high level, and just doing a great job of using his lead hand to just probe and keep distance as well.
The right hand of Nelson Fernandez has connected several times. Thomas now getting backed up.
These guys are like rock'em sock'em robots. We're 30 seconds in and we've seen a fight worth of action already.
Fernandez just can't miss with that right hand. Thomas doing good work with the kicks, but the chin is on the center line, David.
High activity for both of these guys. I mean, they just putting their toe to the line and they're just going at it. But unfortunately in this game, something's got to give. We're going to see who wavers first.
Excellent connections from both. Wayward step from Fernandez. Now Thomas cracks him with the left.
Thomas doing a great job of just being unorthodox in his rhythm. He's throwing attacks like constantly, but he's switching up the cadence in when she's throwing everything. So he's going to be very hard to time. As we saw Fernandez coming in right on the center line, launching that right hand, and he has some success. So it's going to be a matter of cadence and pace versus that right hand from Fernandez, and let's see who wins, who gets off first.
Excellent sticks with that left hand from Thomas. Good jab. Fernandez briefly backed up. That was a bit of a lunging left from him.
Beautiful right kick there by Fernandez, right to the body.
No single shots from either guy. It is all combinations midway through round one.
I never grew up watching cartoons, but I feel like I'm watching anime right now. These guys are like some Dragon Ball Z, just like attack, attack, attack.
I'm going to assume that they're not that worried about the cardio.
No. I mean, I think them settling into this fight would just be like a normal fight at this point.
Ooh,
wow.
Nice cracks from Thomas.
Beautiful counter combination by Thomas. Did a great job shifting his head off the line and coming in right down the middle and having success here, Ben.
Nelson Fernandez might be stunned as he tries to throw up a couple kicks. Aaron Thomas colliding in the pocket.
Now, as we saw, Thomas was throwing those unorthodox strikes. He wasn't really putting a lot into it, but once he landed in that last 10 seconds, now he's putting the pedal to the metal, and we're starting to see some pop in his strikes.
Final 30 seconds here. Can Nelson Fernandez weather the storm? I will say Aaron Thomas getting a little wild, David.
Getting a little wild, but, I mean, he's having a lot of success. So, I mean,
that body kick might have hurt Thomas.
We saw Fernandez have some success with that body kick before, but now he has to keep marching forward. You have your opponent's hurt. His back is against the cage quite literally. Keep marching forward. Touch the body, touch the head.
What a momentum sway as Nelson Fernandez butchers the body of Aaron Thomas in the closing moments of round one. David Evans, I'm talking round of the year.
You couldn't pay me enough to be a judge right now. No, I don't even know what to tell you. I just toss it up, you know, at this point for that one. We'll flip a coin to see who won that round. I will say Fernandez had a lot of success at the end, and judges tend to have, you know, they have shoddy memories, so they're going to remember the last thing they saw. So I could definitely see someone giving Fernandez the nod in that round.
Here's a replay from round number one. It was all action from the get-go, David.
From the get-go, we saw Thomas here just pointing out his opponent. He had great fluidity within the strikes. He was switching up the cadence. We saw him throw everything here. Now, as he was throwing, Fernandez was constantly marching forward. Sometimes put himself in trouble, but sometimes he had a lot of success with his strikes as well. These guys were going toe-to-toe, but towards the end, we saw Thomas having success, and we thought he was going to close out the round that way. Fernandez had another idea as he landed that body kick, and I think you can give him the round solely off of that.
Aaron Thomas with the pressure striking and high-octane offense, but Nelson Fernandez, that right hand and the body work, that'll be the collision course here in round 2. Now the question is, David, 60 seconds on the stool, how much would that recover one's body?
I mean, I think more than anything, both of these guys are in shape. It's just a matter of, it's a war of attrition. Who's going to give first? Fernandez is going to keep coming with that power, throwing that right down the middle, looking for the body shot. Thomas is going to do his thing. He's slick, he's quick, he has great movement, great pace.
Kick caught moments ago from Aaron Thomas as he sticks with the jab, looking a little bit more labored here early in round 2.
Now, the only concern I have with Thomas is he's throwing those leg kicks without throwing punches or setting them up. I would hate for him to get caught as he's just flicking those kicks out there like that.
As you say it, left hook, and then a right to the body.
I felt that body shot right there, man. That was cool. And we see Thomas in for the shot. I didn't really see him as a shooter, but I think once that body got touched, he changed his plan.
Some would say it's a pretty smart idea, right? Get Fernandez thinking about multiple things.
Most definitely, because it's a threat now. As we just saw, he feinted that shot, then came right back up top. So that's going to set up his striking a little bit better, and they both work relatively.
Fernandez returning with the right hand, just over a minute and a half to go here in round 2. And it does seem like Aaron Thomas's gas tank is dwindling.
Well, I think we have to give a credit to the body work there by Fernandez. You know, I pointed out that kick early. He landed a hard liver kick early on and almost rocked Thomas and put him down, and he's just keeping at it.
Look at the jab from Thomas, just piercing through the guard of Fernandez. That 1-2 whiffs. Excellent check from Thomas as he connects with the right hand. Now swinging in the pocket.
Thomas has great boxing and great hands when he's in the pocket. The only thing is once he touches, he gets a little excited and he'll get sloppy. And that's where Fernandez looks to counter. We see him counter body shots. The counter right cross right to the chin.
Aaron Thomas putting a ton into these shots. A unique entry from Fernandez there moments ago.
That was a beautiful reverse lead elbow, which set up the right hand for Fernandez. Now he's just starting to get a little bit comfortable as he's had some success landing. However, Thomas is not giving way anytime soon.
Oh! Nice swarm here from Aaron Thomas, 30 seconds to go. He's pouring it on. Fernandez, little Philly shell trying to return fire.
This is no longer a mixed martial arts competition. This is a fight here, Ben. I mean, both of these guys are just going at it.
It's basically who is going to fall first, and I don't know. I truly can't tell who's worse for wear here.
I mean, it depends on what frame of the fight you're looking at. We see Fernandez go to the body. He has some success, and Thomas concedes. But then Thomas counters Fernandez and puts Fernandez on his back foot. Once again, a hard round to judge.
An exclamation point from Aaron Thomas at the end with that lightning bolt of a right hand, but agreed, it could be anyone's game in this third and final round. What is your quick advice to both fighters?
Man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't change a thing. I mean, at this point, nobody's doing anything wrong. Both of these guys are doing all of the right things. If I'm in Thomas's corner, I'm just saying, hey, let's pick our shots a little bit more. And when we have success and we land hard, let's contain ourselves and be smart about our punch selection and our strike selection. If I'm Fernandez, I'm going to be like, hey, let's get back to what's working. I mean, and what's been working for him is that kick. Now we saw Thomas just kind of threw an ace in the hole there. Hey, let me throw in this takedown. Didn't have success there, but definitely gave Fernandez something else to think about as he went right back to his striking. His jabs, Thomas's jabs from both sides as he switches stances have been on the money. I would like to see him build off of that and be more economical with his striking, but he's been marching forward and just throwing and landing flurries. at any moment of this fight.
And look at this, Nelson Fernandez dancing ahead of this third and final round. He is telling us that he has got gas in the tank to give. We will see if that rings true. Beautiful leg kick to start things off. Oh, nice connections from Aaron Thomas, and Fernandez goes down. Thomas smells blood in the water, David.
Beautiful 1-2 by Thomas, but this is what we were saying earlier. He lands big, and then he just gets kind of messy. Now, we know Fernandez has the ability to counter and strike with that power right hand, so he just has to contain himself and be safe as he enters in to put his opponent out.
Excellent shot from Thomas there, the right hand. Beautiful, but he gets clipped moments ago.
That was a beautiful high kick and then brought the right hand behind it then Thomas. That was a beautiful, beautiful combination.
Nice recoverability from Fernandez. Early onslaught, and he's still here swinging bombs, David.
Swinging bombs for sure as they both of these guys stand in the center of the ring.
Oh,
Great shot there by Thomas just to keep Fernandez on his toes.
and he bounces right back up and continues the assault. Aaron Thomas trying to pour everything into this APFC debut. Sometimes less is more, though, David, right? You mentioned being economical with the strikes. 90 seconds to go. Doesn't seem like either man is listening.
I mean, very much so, but I mean, it's been working. It's been working for both of them. So I mean, who do we say? Who are we to say, hey, let's switch it up? Both of these guys have had great success in the margins here. This next minute and a half now, it is about who's going to be effective, who's going to go out there, who's going to do the damage. This is when that matters. We've seen both of these guys hurt. We've seen both of these guys stumble, but we've also seen both of these guys be successful.
Just over a minute to go as Fernandez connects downstairs on the legs. Deep breaths for each bantamweight. Nice connection from Thomas.
Now we're about to see who got that dog in them, as they say. Both of these guys 60 seconds in. Fernandez was dancing. Now he's looking to land a big shot. Thomas looking to come forward and continue to throw his combinations until he catches Fernandez.
Nice attempt there from Fernandez. Ooh, that one clips Thomas.
I wish we could watch this one for 5 rounds. You know, just throw away the clock at this point. We don't even need it.
Put a belt on the line. 30 seconds. Still swinging. Both individuals are. Thomas sits down on that one. You have to think with the early success of Aaron Thomas, Fernandez is going to need to do something special in these last 15 seconds.
Something special for sure. He's going to have to try to land that big right hand. Or, I mean, even, like, if you're smart, take his opponent down. He hasn't thrown any shots. He's kind of been, like, one-dimensional this entire fight. And I think that's the only thing that's costing him.
Swinging with everything that they could possibly give. Aaron Thomas and Nelson Fernandez go the distance in both of their respective debuts. They were identical on the tail of the tape, and in terms of fighting style and pressure, quite similar, David.
If you look up MMA in the dictionary, this fight should just be right there. I mean, we saw a little bit of everything from both of these guys here. Beautiful strikes. We had the volume striking by Thomas versus the power and pressure of Fernandez, and it was just the irresistible force meets the movable object. No one gave for 15 minutes. This is going to be a tough one to judge. If I'm giving the nod, I have to say Thomas. I think he had a few more moments where he was just dominant, and he landed some bigger strikes within his volume.
And definitely with that early knockdown in round number 3, you'd think that he sealed the deal on it. Well, we await the official decision. That bout was brought to you by First Heritage Mortgage and Joe Dunn Lending. Couldn't do this show without them. And what a quick comment. That was both of their debuts. I mean, they looked quite well seasoned on the feet, David.
This is definitely a fight where I don't think anyone really walks away with a loss. I think if this is your first fight, you think about the level of competition, the stage they're fighting on, the level of skill that they fought at. If I'm in either one of these guys' corner, I'm happy.
But let's send it inside to Michael Hansen and find out the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. And all 3 judges scored this fight 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Aaron
his home